since I blew, they all on my. Hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the. Back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole for the all on the ship. All these 4 things, pull out the bip. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
All right, Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL has us on the west coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go, son. 54. Mike 54. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
On first down, it's Saunders calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
He's crying, lady. Check three. Chopper.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down.
That's a lady. Kill. The lady. Check that. Check 31.
They'll go with Jones. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
And a Falcon first down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Watch the run. 53's the mark. 50. Hey, team 6. Just like that. Check. 53's mark. Check. 57.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He's going to look deep down the field. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? The cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's caught inside the 20. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 47 yards. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense, I got from it, and I think you did as well, they weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it, because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Darnold from the gun to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing accomplishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Hey, echo. Check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. 45's the mic. I got one. I got one. Snap.
Operating from the gun, Norris. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Hey, Delta. 45's the mic. Check. 45's the mic. Hey, watch the slant. 45's the mic. 45's the mic.
Off the play fake, Norris. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet.
First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. That opening drive rhythm continues right into play number 3.
Whatever they decided that they wanted to run before the game, it's working pretty well for them right now. Moving the ball downfield at a nice rate. And guess what? I think the chain crew might have to get a little oxygen over there. They have to keep moving downfield with first downs on each play.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Falcons say they have it. They do.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they... Practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll run on first down. Saunders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
You got it. You got it.
And it's 3rd down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Buccaneers, nothing.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. Devin White, the rookie out of LSU, there to bat that one away.
And I think the end result, knocking the ball away, was a product of understanding where they were on the field, understanding how many yards they needed to pick up the first down, and tightening their coverage accordingly. Gave them no gaps, no spaces, no real air in which to catch the football, and end up making a really nice play.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab it.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way. Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mike, 50.
To throw on second down. Norris. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Two draw quarter.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Here we go. Set. 90. Wolf. Go. Go. Pilot. 64. Weak. Check 45. Check 45. Let him know. Let him know.
Looking to throw on second down. Norris. He completes it to Jones. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll lead here to a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Strong right. Everyone's got 4 down. 45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Big trip.
On third down, Norris. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. From the gun, Norris. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Let's go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
X3, 218, chopper. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. 36. Check 3. He's coming. Recon, 152 fighter. Check up.
They'll try the right side with Jones. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down.
Hey, Wahoo!
Back to throw. Morris. This one complete to Scott Miller. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Protein spill. Get it.
They'll run it with Jones. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike, 53, Mike.
Hit it.
Throwing on first down. Morris. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
General West. This is Jones. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Bravo.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on fourth down. He's got the hook up to Miller. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try.
Field goal of 30-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment.
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Darnold now to throw. is here as he's taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And indeed, that's what they'll do as they run it here. Room here to run. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That one good for 33 and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Off of play action, Darnold. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but now it'll be 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game. Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Hey, hold it.
Now it's Darnold. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll try the left side. It's Saunders finding room inside the 40 and down right around the 37. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Five. No, waiting. 53 for Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go. 49. Check. And 80. 49.
Here's Darnold, airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Calvin Ridley, as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons have taken the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the lead is now 10-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary. playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Ready up.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Jones. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Alpha.
Looking to throw. Norris looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Down. 50 plants. First down, travel. Under 10. Under 10. 10. Back. Go.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, box drop. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Cover. 6-6. Pull it high.
On second down now. Callaway. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Hey, Charlie. 53's Mike. Shit.
From the gun on 3rd down. Norris. It's caught. Jones. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? A carry here for the big tight end. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Mike. 22-jet bomber. Let's go.
Running right, Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Play action. It's Darnold. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. As his guys are able to regain the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, exactly.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones. Chalk that up as their 1st sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
I got one. Hey, echo. 45, Mike, 45. Ready?
Back to throw. Norris. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
On 1st down, Saunders. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Saunders, and he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch the out. I got you, baby. I got you. Young ladies. 54's Mike. Check. Delta. 54. You run. Mike attack.
To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That good for 19 and a 1st down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
64.
Here's Darnold. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
X3, 218, chopper.
Now a give, right side. Saunders. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold looking for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. To throw on 2nd down. Norris. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
53, Mike.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Saunders. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. The Falcons on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Exit.
Now Darnold. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. Rosas now to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys. Yep.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, come on now. Go.
Throwing on third and long. Norris. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, Zoo.
55, my God, 55.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. The Bucs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Norris going up top for Miller. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Second and 6 at the 46-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Saunders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. 53's a mark. 53. Check 53. Get him.
Back to throw, Darnold. Sliding out of the pocket. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. It gets intercepted.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
91.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Hey,
At the 16-yard line.
Off play action. Norris. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
We got 3. 3 down. 58, boys. 58. 58, Mike.
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Norris escaping the pressure, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return will stop right around the 25. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Hey, Alpha! Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Like that. Mike 2. Watch the run. Watch the run. Now, lady. Mike 2. Watch 2. Red 80. Let's go, Heavy. Everyone can touch.
And Darnold wants to throw the football to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion.
Defense wins championships, baby. Chad 80.
On 3rd down, it's Saunders. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Rosa's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today, but if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Falcons, the win gets them back to 500.